The bass player is often the unsung hero of a band's rhythm section, but this is not always the case. In fact, many bass players are the star of the band, and a few even front them. Some bassists are indeed quite remarkable musicians, some of whom have their own original style, sound, and musical language. Let's go and find out some of the greatest bass players of all time. John Entwistle. If you've ever listened to The Who, you know how iconic Entwistle's thumping playing style is. The bass solo in their famous 1965 hit, My Generation, is a great example. Larry Graham. Larry Graham is credited as the inventor of the slap bass technique, though the bassist of the Sly and the Family Stone preferred to call the technique thumpin' and pluckin'. Steve Harris. One of the founders of the British heavy metal band Iron Maiden, Steve Harris is also the man behind the band's legendary galloping sound. The triplet pattern used in many Maiden songs is driven by Steve Harris's bass lines. Peter Hook, the co-founder of Joy Division and New Order, is also an iconic bass player. Known for playing his lines high on the neck, Hook's bass sound became easily recognizable and indeed original. Paul Simonon. When punk bassists are mentioned, Sid Vicious usually come to mind. Though despite his famous antics, the Sex Pistols bassist was not an impressive musician. Paul Simonon from The Clash, on the other hand, helped define what punk rock bass was all about, thumping in your face. Geezer Butler. The legendary Black Sabbath bassist had the amazing capability of being a brick in a solid rhythm section, and at the same time a creative melodic force alongside guitarist Tony Iommi. James Jamerson. James Jamerson is synonymous with Motown. Jamerson wrote the melodic syncopated bass lines for hits such as The Temptations, My Girl, Gladys Knights, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Jamerson had a rather unique technique, where he used just his index finger to pluck the strings, which he called the hook. Tim Commerford. From Rage Against the Machine to Audioslave, Tim Commerford's bass playing is tight and a roaring driving force. He truly deserves a spot on this list. Donald Duck Dunn. Remember that smooth intro in Otis Redding's As Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay? Dunn played it. Dunn worked with many other iconic music artists, including Eric Clapton, Stevie Nicks, and Neil Young. Willie Dixon. Bluesman Willie Dixon worked with artists such as Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, and Bo Diddley. Dixon is a huge influence for many bass players. Pino Palladino. Pino Palladino is one of the most prolific session bassists of all time. On his CV, we can find names such as Jeff Beck, Elton John, John Mayer, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, and B.B. King, not to mention that he toured with The Who, 9 Inch Nails, and Simon & Garfunkel. Jaco Pastorius. Many a bass player first thought about purchasing a fretless bass after listening to bass virtuoso Jaco Pastorius play. Often named one of the greatest of all time, Pastorius had a unique playing style and the personality to match. Thundercat. Stephen Lee Brunner, aka Thundercat, is one of the greatest contemporary bass players. He earned his stripes playing with Suicidal Tendencies and went on to become a Grammy-winning solo artist. Mark King. Best known for his work with the band Level 42, Mark King is one of the masters of the slap and pop technique. King wowed crowds with his fast percussive playing. Les Claypool. Primus are known for their amazing bass lines, and, of course, the man behind them, Les Claypool. His fast and aggressive slap technique and creative tapping sets him apart. A lot of guys play with 2 fingers, so I figured if I played with 3, I could be faster, said Claypool. Marcus Miller. Marcus Miller is known for being an astonishing bass player, but also an accomplished producer and songwriter. Miller has worked with world-renowned musicians, including Miles Davis, Aretha Franklin, and Dizzy Gillespie. Who is your favorite player of all time? Please comment below. Please do watch part 1 video also, it had more interesting things.